Alright, so we're loading into a completely different map this time around. I don't know if I like this map better or not.
Hey, Haxor.
Langraskai, at least it's
Okay, let's decide.
at least
from
it's
now.
not Stalingrad.
Who is gonna talk and who is gonna like watch and just say his opinion?
Well, we're all going to talk and watch and all that stuff at the same time, but one thing I will say is, because we're all loading in now, we need to actually speed up the replay, so to speak.
Okay, we're back over here.
There we go. Alright, so they actually both went for the victory point right off the bat.
Oh, this map is from Company of Heroes 1.
Is it? I don't actually recognize from Company of Heroes 1.
Yes, it is.
Huh.
Look a little bit.
You could be right, actually. So Miles is going for all Sturm Pioneers. I love it.
As is his usual tactic.
Delcore is going for his usual tactic. He actually went for shock motor heavy tactics, so he's going for shock troops.
I'm not sure about Miles.
It's the same doctrine he went last game.
Yeah, well, more or less. Yeah. I think the only thing that really matters in Delcore's strategy is the shock troops, and rightfully so, they're extremely good.
He's reporting for the. Looks like again he's making that strategy.
Well, we'll take a look how effective it is. This particular map, I think, is less... I'd say less favorable for machine guns.
And
Because
more
it's a bit...
favorable for, I don't know.
For a bit more long range. See, Stalingrad, the map they played on before, was very urban focused, so shock troops and infantry like that were very effective. But in this map, there's a lot of open areas, so very easy to flank machine guns, very easy for units to engage effectively at long range, basically.
Actually, if you got two MG42 or 42, or 32, 44, I'm not sure how it is, you can easily make a trick with them, like put the one over there and another one a little bit much more back from the MG, you know? And when they're gonna try to flank, you're gonna retreat your not retreating, like moving back to your to the other MG who is a little bit back, and yeah, they will get suppressed.
I can actually see what you were talking about before. This really is a Company of Heroes 1 map. So Delcore's getting a pretty varied composition. He's got 2 conscripts, an engineer squad that's already wiring some stuff off, a machine gun that he's put in a building, and he just got a mortar team, which is gonna be pretty damn interesting.
Which about Miles, he got 4 squads of Sturm Pioneers.
Well, Sturm Pioneers can be very good if used extremely aggressively, because these guys need to get really close to their enemy to do a lot of damage.
And if they are together, they'll do a lot of damage,
But Sturm Pioneers have a lot of weaknesses. For starters, they don't have any finishers. They don't have any grenades or any smoke grenades. They don't have anything like that. Also, there's only 4 men in a squad, so they're pretty vulnerable to being sniped or just taken out.
Miles is going for 5 Sturm Pioneers.
Well, that is extremely unusual, and Delcore's getting another machine gun.
I like how Delcore was retreating. I mean, moving back his conscripts when Mars was in red cover.
He's got another machine gun team. Let's see where he puts it. Oh, I see.
Delcore's being a lot more punishing in
his
this
mortar,
game.
dude, his mortar's getting flanked. Delcore's mortar is almost. Let's take a look what happens to it.
But
Here. It's retreating into a machine gun, though, so...
Here's where those Sturm Pioneers on the flank come in. That's a nice pincer movement. If they can both maneuver around to the flanks of those
that mortar's gonna die.
conscripts,
And mortar's dead.
it's definitely dead. The question is Miles going to try to steal it? No, he won't.
No, I don't think he's got the time. See, the thing is, he's got 2 machine guns he needs to deal with, and he doesn't have any grenades, like I said before.
Here we go. Now Miles is doing what he's supposed to do. He's getting right up next to the building.
Look, the building is actually taking more damage than the units inside.
Oh, here we go.
Us.
But here comes the second machine gun squad.
Well, here's the thing. The other machine gun isn't in the building. If he puts the machine gun in the building's gonna die. Otherwise, it's too easy to flank.
That's the thing about these old Soviet wooden buildings. They're badly constructed, and they're not very good for actually they're good for covering the unit, but they're not good for the durability of the building.
Well, look at that. He's just using another building. Pretty smart, but the amount of time it takes for the machine gun to set up means it's probably
And
going to die.
plus, this is a wooden.
Well, it doesn't actually
Yeah.
matter.
Oh, but here
it
goes
provides
the
it provides the same amount of cover.
Not
And
really.
Miles' units are burning.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
he lost the squad
he
though.
lost a whole squad of Sturm Pioneers in that one.
Doesn't matter because he
was a lucky
destroyed
mullet.
2 squads of.
So, do you want to know another
machine
thing
guns.
though? Do you want to know another thing though? Because he destroyed
Oh,
those machine guns
damn.
in the buildings, because he destroyed both the machine guns in the buildings, Delcore can't remand the machine gun.
Oh, I was about to say, Delcore had an opportunity to really screw Miles. Half of his whole supply area was cut off from his base.
Yep, and Mars didn't got enough time to take that.
Well, Miles is actually making more fuel than Delcore right now.
Yeah, he recapped, but he lose a lot of time.
No. Delcore is
Yeah, he-
really focusing on getting those upgrades for his main HQ.
Delcore's a lot more tech conscious in this game because this map means that the Oberkommando OS can do more against the Soviets than in the Stalingrad map. Because if you fall behind on the Stalingrad map, you're really dead in the water.
Well, let's take a look here. It looks like Delcore is replacing
mortar
his last
team's
machine
getting-
gun.
The
Miles
mortar
is replacing
team's
his
getting driven off further. That mortar team entirely retreats.
Oh,
to
why is he putting the
recover.
conscript into the building? If Miles just puts a little bit of fire on the building there, the entire conscript squad could die.
Yep, Delcore figured that out with the low health of that building.
And the engineers are dead.
And the engineers are dead. But here comes that second machine gun team. Is Delcore going to put it where it needs to go? Because
Oh,
he's
now,
not taking the
why is
direct
Miles?
route.
Miles is putting his units in the building. The building's
And
gonna.
now that building's gone. Now that building is burning.
Yeah, because the building is
Surprisingly-
made by planks and.
Well, no, surprisingly,
logs and all
Molotovs
sorts.
actually do less damage to buildings than submachine guns.
Yeah, but now the building is gonna be on fire.
Yeah, it's probably just not gonna. It's not gonna matter too much.
It is because it's gonna destroy the building.
No, it's not.
Plus-
It's not going to destroy the building. Not at this stage. Miles can still. Right at that
Oh,
last
there
second.
we go.
That was so
barely,
close.
Barely got it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those
I don't know, man.
mortars.
Miles' strategy of just using Sturm Pioneers is somewhat effective against the Soviets.
It's effective against every kind of factions, but depends how you use them.
Well, I don't think so, because the thing is, Storm Pioneers aren't really as malleable as the other factions units, I suppose. Because Delcore's got a good unit composition, he should technically be winning this.
Waiting for your command. Let's go.
Oh, that mortar, let's see if it gets any kills.
Oh.
2 kills.
And yeah, here we see Miles being much more aggressive than he was earlier. But in the last game, he was being offensive on the flanks, which didn't pay off on that map because it's so hard to transition from the flanks to the center. But on this map, it's
And
much
that
much
mortar's
easier.
gonna die.
There's
Yep,
much more of a freedom of movement.
that
That
mortar is dead as fuck.
Screwed. It was
Dead as
dead
fried
in
chicken.
the water.
Take the mortar for fuck's sake.
He doesn't
And
need the
run away.
mortar. He doesn't need the mortar.
Yeah, but you know.
But that machine gun's gonna do work, though, because Miles is just standing still there.
Ouch. Yep, Miles definitely could have had more mobility there, but he's taking. But his usual flank tactic works better on these open field maps. The flank tactic isn't. The flank tactic isn't meant to work on the maps like Stalingrad, where it's so hard to transition from flank to flank.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Delcore's finally replaced his goddamn fucking engineers. I know he's very fond of using those engineers to plant mines and explosives everywhere, but I don't think he's gonna have the munitions to do that this time around.
Yep, because he's lost so much territory to Miles, he's going to need to take up a lot of time. But here's the beauty of his defenses, because that barbed wire means that he can still easily access the site. But it's hard for Miles to access
actually,
it because
Delcore left a little tiny hole in the barbed wire. Little tiny hole.
oh, I see the spy you're talking about, but I don't think Delcore,
Yeah, he left a
I don't
hole right
think-
over here. In any case.
I don't think Miles takes enough advantage of that though.
Well, Miles, I think, already noticed that earlier. I paid attention to that, but let's see here. Miles is splitting up his Storm Pioneers again, going for another flanking move. But I imagine the longer this game goes on, the less effective Miles's YOLO fucking Storm Pioneer charges are going to pay off.
I imagine that.
Although we'll see. We'll see.
He's trying to flank somehow. I'm not sure. He's trying to rush
It's
over
worked.
there.
It worked before. No real reason it shouldn't work right now, unless he gets pinned down by a machine gun. And it looks like he's bypassed that machine gun entirely.
That's good.
Look at that. Delcore's got shock troops. Hell yeah.
Well, one shock troops against like 5 squads. Of
Shock troops are actually
Pioneers.
better than Storm Pioneers, in my honest opinion.
Although not
Well,
in this
that-
mass formation, unless Delcore can build up the munitions, which he has the munitions to do at least one grenade.
And
Where's
destroy
Miles
all the
going?
He's going to
infantry.
need to conserve this.
Oh, Miles is capturing everything here.
Assembled and ready.